Welcome to this new video, where we're going to talk a bit about Forza Horizon 6 because the developers keep messing things up. Yesterday, I made a short video for you where I talked about the new features in the update that came out the day before yesterday. This update includes the content for Season 2, but it also changes some features and elements of the gameplay. It's not just a content update. After making that video where I talked about the update, I realized something while reading the comments, that a lot of completely honest players who hadn't done anything wrong in the game, or at least nothing reprehensible, were being heavily penalized by a decision made by the game's developers regarding the anti-cheat system. This has nothing to do with the Eliminator money glitch incident. So I'm sorry, but I need to give a bit of context and explain what the basic problem is and why we still need to talk about it. For those who are already familiar with the Eliminator glitch, I suggest you skip ahead a bit in the video. For the others, indeed, you should know that for the past few days, the developers have been fighting against a new glitch in the game. A glitch that is based on a vehicle with completely bugged physics that are caused by a bug. And when this bug is triggered, there was a method that involved starting an Eliminator match, then intentionally losing it to pocket huge amounts of money once the event was over. So there isn't really a logical explanation for why or how. You just have to imagine that the physics bug with this vehicle puts the game in a state, let's say, abnormal. It no longer responds, let's say, in a logical or normal way. And well, actually, the game's reaction when you have this bug, and then you play an Eliminator match, is to reward you with hundreds of millions of credits. So, it's a bug that must have been found a bit by accident. But the people who discovered this money glitch shared it, and it spread at an absolutely incredible speed. There are tens of thousands of players who exploited it to become rich very quickly, since it was starting to get bigger and it was a Friday. The developers knew in advance that they wouldn't have time to patch the game with an update before the weekend arrived. So they decided to restrict access to Eliminator mode. So maybe you've heard about it in one of my previous videos. First of all, it wasn't very nice for all the players who play legit and honestly enjoy Eliminator mode. It simply prevented them from enjoying the game and maybe playing their favorite mode. But most importantly, yesterday, when the update came out, we found out that for now, the Eliminator glitch hasn't been fixed, that for now, Eliminator mode was still disabled, still blocked, and that it still wouldn't be possible to play it until further notice. We learned that the developers, to thank us for our patience, are giving us the McLaren Sabre. So, first of all, well, it's kind of a crappy car in the game, but above all, honestly, it sucks. For everyone who took the time to unlock it, this car, which was supposed to be a rare car, a rare festival reward car. Well, thanks for them, first. All the time they spent unlocking it, well, it was for nothing. And second, well, this car, which was worth $4 million at the auction house until today, is now worthless since everyone owns it. A minor misstep, but it's not a big deal compared to what I'm about to share. The developers then explained there likely wouldn't be any bans. That means the players who use this glitch wouldn't be banned from the game, unlike what happened back in the days of Horizon 5 or Horizon 4, when there were also big money glitches at the launch of the game. Previously, they banned many players, but this time, they chose not to. Instead, they decided to reset the amount of money on the accounts of players who cheated to a maximum of 10 million credits. Except, of course, as you might expect, their system that's supposed to identify which player used the glitch and reset their money to 10 million isn't working, or at least not working properly. As a result, there are thousands of completely legitimate players who never used the glitch, and some of them didn't even know it existed, who saw their money reset to 10 million even though they've never glitched? Not even once. I mean, really never. Apparently, the system for detecting players who use the glitch is a bit overzealous and just flags all players who played the Eliminator a bit intensively during a certain period. As a result, if you played Battle Royale just because you like the mode, without even knowing there was a glitch, well, your money was also reset to 10 millions. That means, to sum up the situation, we have completely normal, totally legitimate players who end up being penalized. Those who had earned, I don't know, 30 or 40 million credits by playing Goliath, Colossus, or anything else, see dozens of hours of farming reduced to nothing. Going back to 10 million. Well, 10 million is comfortable, but when you farmed 50 million in, I don't know, 10 hours of gameplay, well, it sucks. Honestly, it's wasted time. And on the other side, we have Forza Horizon 6 players who, some of them, have seriously abused the glitch and aren't banned. So, obviously, that's actually pretty good. Because I think that a player who uses a bug that's in the game because of a mistake made by the developers during the game's development should never be banned. They also see their money go back to 10 million credits. But in the meantime, for several weeks while the glitch was still active, they made hundreds of millions of credits. They bought cars at totally outrageous prices. Yesterday, I saw someone in the comments saying that with the glitch, he bought about 30 Ferrari 250 GTOs. So, clearly, you're right to take advantage of it. But it's true that the ones who are really penalized here, well, it's not that kind of player. It's those who did nothing wrong, who just farmed money for hours. Because the one who bought 30 Ferrari 250 GTOs, or the one before who got millions and bought all the cars he wanted. Well, in the meantime, all the cars he has, he'll be able to keep them. He might even be able to resell them at the auction house and get back probably several tens of millions of credits very quickly. Again, the same example. Someone bought 30 GTOs. Currently, it's valued at 20 million at the auction house. If he sells them, he gets 600 million almost instantly, since that's still half the price at a regular dealership. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's true that it's hard to imagine a solution that will suit everyone. On one hand, there are those who dream of seeing the people who glitched get banned. On the other hand, well, the bug isn't their fault. You know? Some people even did the glitch without meaning to. It's unfair that players who did nothing wrong are penalized as if they cheated, especially since I didn't mention this because I wasn't aware of it. In the video discussing the update's new features, getting back the money legitimate players lost is going to be, I think, much more difficult. Since, if I'm not mistaken, the developers in this update also farmed money, the AFK farming. If I'm not mistaken, since this update, it's no longer possible to accumulate your earnings in rival mode, for example, by farming with the free drive mode. That was the solution that many players used until now, accumulating credits by letting the game play by itself, for example, leaving it running overnight and reconnecting the next day. Apparently, this method has also been patched. You can't use it anymore. Even if you let your game run for hours, apparently the final reward can't exceed the reward you would have gotten for a single lap. Apparently, they added a parameter that detects when autonomous driving is activated in rival mode. And when autonomous driving is on, the lap simply won't earn any money. So for those who were farming like that and had farmed like that before this update, unfortunately, well, you won't be able to farm the same way anymore. Of course, there are still other methods that work to earn money. By the way, I'll put a little link to a money tutorial video I made under this video in the description and pinned comment, where there are plenty of other methods besides this one to quickly earn money in Forza Horizon 6. Maybe it can give you a little boost if you're one of the players affected by this, let's say, not-so-great solution from the developers. In any case, the solution offered by the developers isn't great. It penalizes pretty much everyone. The only ones who aren't penalized in the end are those who either glitched for less than 10 million or farmed less than 10 million legitimately. It's not great, and it mainly shows there's no significant change in Forza Horizon 6. When it comes to cheating, there are still so many glitches, so many things in the game that are actually very well known but haven't been patched since the game's launch, that let you get better times, better drift scores, and do so many things. Above all, this isn't the first time Forza Horizon developers have poorly handled glitch issues. Let me remind you that on Forza Horizon 5 several times, they reset all the leaderboards because they couldn't sort out the difference between the normal top global players and those who were cheating. So, everyone who really, let's say, busted their ass, to put it politely, to set world records for hours, saw their records erased. It's not the first time this has happened, and honestly, what they did this time isn't great. Well, there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have suggestions for what the developers could have done to please everyone, share them below. Also, like the video to help it reach more people. The more visibility this kind of video gets, the more developers tend to react and try to offer you better solutions afterwards. So, remember to like and subscribe for the next videos I'll make on my channel. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitch where I regularly do live streams and we do things together in the game in multiplayer. And also, don't hesitate to use my instant gaming link, which will be under this video in the description and pinned comment. As a reminder, it lets you buy your games much cheaper than elsewhere while giving a little support to my channel. If you like my content, supporting me is appreciated, plain and simple. Alright, I'll see you again tomorrow, or maybe later, anyway, with another video. In the meantime, have a great day, everyone. Ciao.